definitely more attuned to those things, those different little things, and able to handle them a lot better.
Right.
And I've just become more confident in my work. You know, at the end of the day, I feel like with acting or with anything, you know, you can be afraid of going after that thing because you really want it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You really want that thing and you want it to succeed. So sometimes within that, it creates fear and anxiety, and it keeps us from being ourselves and being truthful. And I think that the more you give less cares, and you know what word I'm putting in there, the better off you'll be in life in general. Not ignoring what's important, but just being like, hey, I'm me, I'm here, I'm going to do the best, and no matter what, I did my best, and at the end of the day, I can walk away, and that way you'll be just so more confident going into it.
Nice.
That's a really good message. Yeah. I like that.
And very well put.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, I want to talk about Shameless for a second. Because this is a show that I got to very late, but once I watched the first episode, it kind of hooked me because I love like watching hot mess on TV. And the Gallaghers are such like they're a hot mess, but they're so entertaining.
They're the definition of a hot mess. Okay.
So I want to ask you, what was it like being on that show in that environment and working with these people? Are they just as fun and crazy off camera as they are on camera? Because, you know, some people could be one way on camera.
Yeah, or their character is complete opposite of what they are in their normal daily life.
So what was that experience like on a show like Shameless?
Oh my God. Like, I was honored, first of all, to be working on a set where William H. Macy is working. That was an honor to me. Like, he's been in the game for years. He's brilliant at what he does. You know, it's something that us actors, artists aspire to be. And so it was an amazing experience. I actually, once I found out that they were going to be killing my character on Vampire Diaries, that, you know, Monique her life was about to be taken. Like, I'm so, oh God.
Poor innocent Monique.
I know, right?
Then I got to book Shameless, and I got to play this, you know, like, Chicana character that, you know, like, I kind of, like, grew up with. So it was a lot of fun, and just, like, the set was different. And being there with them, very grounded artists, and they're just there to do the work. There's no, like, not as far as what I saw, there's no like real like egos involved in any certain area, whether it's just like hair and makeup or even with the actors especially, that it's a very inviting atmosphere. And the fact that it's set in Chicago, on the south side of Chicago, where, you know, like my family is from, like I love that. I'm like, yeah, like what? And then I get to go back to Chicago and film for the first time in Chicago for Shameless? Like, what? Get out of here.
And Gabrielle, can I just ask you a quick favor? My mother, Teresa Gordon, is a huge Shameless fan. So can you please just give a shout out to Teresa Gordon for watching, because she loves the show.
Teresa Gordon, thank you so much for being a fan. I love you. I hope you tune into Shameless Season 8. Because Tanya will be coming back.
Nice.
Okay. And I promise not to steal her baby. Well, I can't promise. But, you know.
Not just her baby. Let's not steal any babies at all.
I don't know. I mean, I've been thinking about it. I'm like, should I make this like a method thing?
Yeah.
Should I go and like steal babies? I don't know.
No, you don't want to go too method with that. But do you understand where Tanya was coming from at all when it came to making that decision?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, like, I mean, you kind of have to. I mean, you have to be an advocate for your character, no matter what they've done. You know, there's reasons why we do things, whether we know them or not. You know, consciously, subconsciously. So you have to, you know, like, you have to look at that, because at the end of the day, the only way that you're going to bring truth to that is if you believe in what you're doing. So it was a little difficult for me, just because, I mean, I also knew that, you know, fans were going to hate me. But, you know, like, I spoke to the director, and they were like, look, like, you see the situation this baby is in, and it's not good for a baby, you know, like even one of my lines was like, I saw you fighting on the street with a homeless person, you know, and then she, in my perspective, in Tanya's perspective, is living with a disabled man who has no filter, who is like impulsive and out of control. Mm-hmm. And, you know, like this, even though we haven't been in the baby's life and my brother-in-law had run away from the baby, it's still like, oh, that's like my family. So I don't, and I mean, just how the situation started by her, you know, trapping him to get pregnant because she wanted a family. Now I understand that as Gabby, the actress, why she did what she did, but as Tanya, it's like that's a dirty game.
Yeah.
And then having her use my wisdom that I gave to her to, you know, trap up my, you know, minor brother was like, whoa, you know. So I see how she's handling herself. I see that she's begging out on the street, and whether she was like cuddling the baby or not, if you see someone out on the street, you know, like with a child, you want to take that child in. Since that child's family, it'd be easier to take that child in, you know. So I was looking at it as like, I'm saving this baby, but Tanya still felt like she knew Debbie's struggle,
right?
You know, I don't know if did you see the episode where I was recording her with a phone in the window as we stole her baby and she came to our house?
You know, actually, the last episode that I watched was when she came and she yelled at you while you was at work, and you're like, "Get out of my face, I'm working." She's like, "No, we're gonna talk about this now."
Spoiler alert! I totally
No, I already knew. Like, I've been binge watching Shameless, but I've already been seeing like spoilers from people talking about it. I have a lot of friends who watch Shameless, so it was inevitable that I was gonna get spoiled. So don't worry about it. I'm still gonna finish watching.
Okay, good.
Trust me, I knew about the stolen baby.
Yeah, but I made sure that when I was recording her, because that seems like a very vindictive act, you know, that, you know, like there was sympathy there, that did hurt, that we had to take care of her baby, because as a mother myself and as Tanya being a mother, like having your child taken away from you, no matter if you're living on the streets or not, is horrible. It's the worst pain that you could probably experience. I can't even imagine what that would be like. So I tried to, as much as I could, communicate that I was, it did hurt me to take the baby. As much as they allowed within the episode, you know, like I'm like, I have to put that, I have to, you know, get those, I don't want to say like my goal was to get those tears in my eyes, but like having those tears in my eyes was like, okay, so you can see that this isn't so easy and simple. This isn't just like, let's go and attack Debbie. Right. You know, this was like, I have to take this baby away from her mother before she hurts her, or she ends up dead. Yeah. You know, so that's the point that I came from.
Yeah. And I kind of saw that, and I know like a lot of people were like annoyed about it, because when people are doing things that hurts the main characters, people are naturally going to be like, oh my god, that person's in the wrong, even if they're not necessarily in the wrong. But I am glad that you clarified the whole actors will always advocate for the characters no matter what, because I would, you know, there's shows I watch like Game of Thrones and Walking Dead, and they'll have such heinous villains, and their actors always be like, no, I think he's great, and I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah. she has a point. You have to believe in your character in order to be playing that character, you know, so it makes a lot of sense. That really does. So I mean, I guess that's a good thing that they do advocate for their own character.
Like, but your character killed 6 people.
They're like, but he did it because he had a really horrible childhood. No, I'm just kidding.
You're like, that's no excuse.
You're like, you don't understand, okay? I live with this character all the time. I understand. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying completely, Gabby. And I am excited to see Tanya come back in season 8. Now I'm glad to know that she will be back, and I'm sure she's going to be finding her stirring up trouble somehow, some way.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm excited to see that. Now, I know you have a lot of things to do, so I just want to ask you one more question.
Okay.
for people who are trying to do what you're doing and find success, at a young age and just trying to break into business, even if it isn't necessarily acting, what kind of advice would you give them? Or would you give us?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I would say that, like in the journey of following your dreams, like coming out to LA, myself having stars in my eyes, and, like a lot of people come out and they think, they're going to get discovered. Mm-hmm. And, things don't always go as planned or the way that you thought they would be. But there was a reason that you went on this journey in the first place. You went on this journey because you believed in it, you believed in yourself, and you love it. You enjoy doing it. So in any journey, or the journey of life, you're going to come against obstacles. No matter how far you've come with your mentality and the way that you handle things, or your spirituality and your connection with the universe, or whatever that is for you, there's going to be different challenges and different levels and different things that you're going to face. Mm-hmm. Don't just get back to that passion that you have. Always keep reminding yourself that this is what you love and that this is what you want to do, and that it's worth it. So anything that you come up against, because it will make you feel like, oh my God, what am I doing? Why am I here? Like I thought that I was doing the right thing, and now I'm not so sure. Mm-hmm. Examine yourself and look at, why did you do this in the first place? And is it something that you really love? And could you see yourself doing anything else? Like seriously doing anything else? And yes, you could, but would you truly be happy and fulfilled in doing that? And if the answer is no, then keep going.
Yes.
And don't allow fear or other people's perceptions to stop and stunt your shine. You are your passion, your dreams. You are your own advocate to your person. And people may not compliment you on that journey. But if you continue to compliment yourself, if you continue to learn and grow, I promise you, stay focused, and you will succeed.
You make everything just sound so beautiful. And I'm over here like she's talking to me specifically.
You sound like you should be like one of those inspirational speakers. Like literally just listening to you just made me like feel like I can literally conquer the world.
I know. I can do it.
I feel so inspired now. I promise you, like
nice,
that was
Gabrielle.
Yeah, that was great.
And thank you. Yes, that's awesome. That's what that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Not only to act and enjoy it, like that's the plus. I love doing it, but to inspire people, and to let people know that they have the same opportunities as anyone else, as long as they go after them. Mm-hmm. We do, and I think that that's part of why I'm doing the video with the school to prison pipeline, mm-hmm. because some, starting at that early stage in some of these areas that are low income areas and riddled with violence and all those things, the value isn't in the future of them necessarily, so I want those people who feel like they don't really see their future, or they're not thinking about their future because they're too busy trying to survive day to day, which I understand, that they can too dream, and that they can fulfill those dreams as well.
Right. Nice. Nisa, we have a lot of dreams to fulfill, don't we?
We do. And 2017 is going to be the year we conquer them.
Can I get an amen?
Yes, amen. Exactly. No, it really is nice, to put this out there, because you are someone who has success, so you're not, BSing. You're talking from experience.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you're the...
Yeah, and I'm still on that journey too, ladies. Let me tell you. Like, it's still, even though you see my body of work and you respect my acting and mm-hmm. everything, like, this is still a journey. I still have to audition. I still have to go into those rooms. I'm going in and out of them. I still have to, I'm still climbing the ladder as well, and it's not easy. It's not easy, especially because it's not the only thing that's going on. You have family, you have self-discovery and all that other stuff, you know, and relationships, all that, you know, so it's just like, you gotta stay strong, and you just have to remember who you are, and that changes, and that's okay.